Hi, second grade. Happy Tuesday. Let's get started with another lesson of math together. Got a couple activities to get us started right away. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to count up by tens. Okay, we're going to count up by 10, starting with 5. Okay, so then we're going to add 10 every time. That means we have to change our tens number. Okay, so 5, 15, 25. Next is good 35, and then 45. Let's keep going, everyone. 55, 65, 75. Keep going. 85, 95, and then 105, right? And then we all keep repeating 115, 125, and we can keep going that way. Good work. Okay, let's do the next one together. All right. And so here we're going to count up every 10. So starting with 7 this time instead of 5. Okay, and I'm going to start calling on some of you to make sure you're paying attention. Okay, 7. Next is 17. 27. Twyla, what's next? 37. Frida, next is 47. Salvador, 57. Very good. Emilia, 67. Joshua, 77. Okay, Christopher, 87. Kleben, 97. Okay, and then we go to 107. And then 117. Vanya, what's next? Good. 127. Amariani? Good. 137. Good work, right? And then we can keep going and keep going and keep going. Nice. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to make the next 10, right? We did this a lot last week, this yesterday, right? So what's the next 10 after 8? Yeah, the next 10 is just 10. Now, how many more do we need to add if we already have? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many more do we need to make 10? Yeah, we just need 9, 10, right? 2 more. So we can say 8 plus 2 equals 10. How about 38? What's our next 10 after 38? Maya? Yeah, our next big number, next big 10 is 40. How many more do we need? 38 plus what is equal to 40? Liam. 39, 40, right? We just need 2 more. 38 plus 2 equals 40. Okay, 68. What's my next 10? Shanti, what's my next 10 after 68? Yeah, it's 70. Good job. Deliza, how many more do I need after 68 to get to 70? You can count using your fingers. Yeah, 69, 70. Just 2. 68 plus 2 equals 70. Right, now we're going to start with 4. Our next 10 after 4 is 10. Now, if I already have 4, how many more do I need in order to get to 10? Let's all think about this one. How many more do I need? Okay, show me with your fingers. How many more? Yeah, 6, right? We need 6 more. So 4 plus 6 is equal to 10. Okay, 44. What's my next 10 after 44, Jackie? Yeah, 50. Now 44 plus what number? How many more do we need to get to 50? How many more do we need? You can count up, right? 45, 46. Gabriel, how many more do we need? 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Yeah, 6 more. 44 plus 6 is equal to 50. 74. What's my next 10 after 74? Yabin. Yeah, 80, right? Deani, how many more do I need after 74 to get to 80? Very good. 74 plus 6 is equal to 80. Good work. Good work. All right. So today we're going to continue talking about measurements, right? Working with some subtraction today, focusing on some differences, right? And we kind of did this a couple lessons ago where we measured, right, two things and said, what's the difference, right? How much longer is my phone than my wallet, right? How much longer is it? We talked about things like that. We did that with heights, right? We also compared the difference between your estimate and the real measurement. Today, we're going to be comparing again two measurements, but using the number line to really help us out. So first, I got a fun video for us to watch. Okay, so let's watch this. We have a couple race cars that are going to happen. It's always fun. Okay, now let's see how far they go. Okay. So we saw that the two cars raced, right? What did you see in between the cars? They had something there. Yeah, it was like a ruler or a measuring tape, right? So they could use that ruler to see how far the cars went. Which car went farther? Which car traveled more? Yeah, it was the blue car, right? The blue car went a little farther. And we can see that there was a difference there. Blue car went this much farther. Maybe we can use some centimeters to really measure that. Okay, so let's see how we can measure that. Okay. So it looks like one car went 95 centimeters, the blue car. The green car only went 87 centimeters. What we want to find is how much longer, what the difference is between the blue car's distance and the green car's distance. Okay, so here's how we can think about that, right? We just need to use a little subtraction to help us out. Okay. So 95 minus 87, right? It was the blue car and the green car. Now remember this from yesterday. We're going to start by finding 95 on our number line. Right? And then we're going to, instead of going backwards 87 times, we're just going to go back until we get to 87. Okay, 95 minus 87. So I know that I can go about this two different ways, right? I can go one at a time and stop at 87. That's 98, 89, 88, 87. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This number here is 87. Or I can use my big numbers to help me out. I can start at 95 and go to 90. And then go to 87. So now 95 minus 90 is 5. And each of these is 1. So 5, 6, 7, 8. Also gives me 8, right? So I can really use the help of these bigger round numbers like my tens to help me out here. Because 95 minus 90 is going to be 5. And then 3 more to get back to 87. So we can say that the blue car went 8 centimeters, right? 8 centimeters farther than the green car. This way, right, we can use our number lines. We can use our big numbers, use our subtraction to help us find the difference between two measurements. Okay, now let's open up our workbooks. We're looking at page 91. Okay. Oops, page 91. All right. Now it looks like we have two different paper airplanes, right? We have a blue paper airplane and a red paper airplane. Which airplane went farther? Which one flew more, Elking? Yeah, the red one went farther, right? Now what we want to know, draw this with me, is how much farther this red paper airplane flew. And look, it looks like there's a number line to help us out. So let's find 90 on our number line. You can circle there. And let's find 79. Find 79 and circle that on our number line. Yeah, it's right here next to 80. What we want to know is how many more centimeters, right, this red airplane flew. Now, an equation that we can use is we take the longer one and we subtract, we minus the shorter one. 90 minus 79 equals, and that gives us the difference in distance. Right? Now let's look at our number line to solve this one out. Okay, 90 minus 79. Now, one thing we can do is go one at a time. Okay, so let's draw one at a time together. 1, 2, count with me, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right? It's minus 11. We can also use our big numbers, right? So we're starting at a 90, which is already a big 10 number. There's also an 80 here, another big 10 number. So we can do a big jump back to 80. This is minus 10, right? From 90 minus 10 is 80. And then one more, right? This one is minus 1. Together, 10, 11, right? We still get minus 11. Now, using our big numbers to help us out becomes a much quicker problem. So we can say that 90 minus 79 is equal to 11. In the sentence, right? The red plane goes 11 centimeters, right? Because that's the units we're using, how we measure it. The red plane goes 11 centimeters farther than the blue plane, right? The red plane was 11 centimeters more far than that blue plane. So this distance here, that is 11 centimeters. Okay, let's look at one more problem here on our next page. Ooh, we got some frogs. Look at that, love me some frogs. Now it looks like the big frog whoop, jumped a lot farther than the little green frog, right? Not as far. How much farther is this? That's how you want to know, right? How much of a bigger jump did this big frog do? Well, we can start by writing our equation, right? See if you can remember how to set up this equation using the minus sign. Remember, we put the bigger number first. Okay, you should be writing. Go ahead. Good, good, right? It's 141 minus 128. Right? That's how we want to solve this problem. Now, they don't give us a number line here, right? But we can set one up ourselves. So we can draw a number line. It's like this. We need to have 141, right? Which is one more than 140. And we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, back to 130. You can make sure and count 131, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 140. And then we need to go back to 128. And we can set up a number line like this. Now, right, I want you to draw this number line if you haven't already, making sure that's the right amount of lines, right? And you can, of course, you can draw more lines like this. But make sure you have 130, 140, 128, 141. And I want you to see what the difference is between these two numbers, and we'll go over that together. Okay, yeah, so let's see how you solved it, right? Who solved it by counting one at a time? Raise your hand. Good, good. Yeah, this is definitely a good way to solve it, right? We count all the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, right? So we can say 141 minus 128 is equal to 13. Now, who counted it using our bigger numbers to help us out? Yeah, now this one's a little tricky because you have to take 3 jumps. So first, I would go from 141 to 140, which is just minus 1. Then I can take a big jump all the way to 130, which is minus 10. And then 2 more jumps back to 128. So I have 10, 11, 12, 13. Right? Both ways are good ways to solve this problem. Now our sentence would be the big frog jumps 13 centimeters farther than the little frog. Okay. So if there's no number line, you can draw your own, but when you draw your own, you need to make sure, right, that there's the right number of lines in between your big numbers so that we can really help you out. Now for our exit ticket today. Okay, we have a crayon and a pencil. Now our friend Jill thinks that the yellow pencil is 17 centimeters longer than the blue crayon. Jill thinks that this is 17 centimeters. Is that correct? Right? I want you to think about, is she correct in saying that? In order to find that, you might need to find the difference, right, between the pencil and the crayon. What is it actually? How many centimeters different is this? I want you to show me, right? You can write a subtraction problem here. This number minus this number is equal to this. Okay, comparing the crayon and the pencil. What is the actual difference? And then is that what Jill says, right? Is Jill correct or is she wrong? Does she make a mistake? And so that's your exit ticket for today, right? Thinking about difference. I hope you had a fun lesson doing some measurements. We'll continue with some more tomorrow and hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and enjoy afternoon prayer. Bye, second grade.